Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Brighton and Hove Albion, away from home guys, at the MX Stadium. Manchester United have gone and lost the game 4-0. I'm not surprised, it was coming as well. To be honest, it's just beyond humiliation, capitulation as well. It's abysmal, shocking, diabolical, sell the fucking lot, it's not good enough. But yes guys, let's get straight into today's video. It was an unchanged team from the last game against Brentford. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, Telles, McTominay, Matic, Ilanga, Mata, Fernandez and Ronaldo. Get into the overall reaction now. Brilliant Brighton smash 4 past Man United. Brighton embarrassed Man United. Worst Premier League season. Complete capitulation. Absolutely humiliated. Absolute shite. Shocking. Abysmal. What a disgrace. Diabolical. Shower of shit. Sell the fucking lot. It's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. It was men's v boys. Defence is shite. The manner of the goals we conceded are terrible. The players didn't want to run. Players can't be arsed. Players are not fit to wear the shirt. We were second best at everything. Passing was sloppy, we looked lethargic and couldn't get going. We had no attempts on target in the first half. The players were strolling around. No fight, passion, pride, heart, determination and desire. No creativity. We had a few big moments and opportunities in the second half. We couldn't get out our own half. We made individual mistakes. We made them have too much time and space on the ball. Where the fuck was the desire to close them down? The players are fucking lazy, couldn't find anything positive. The players didn't want to be there. Where was the aggression without possession? This is the worst Man United side I've ever seen in my life. Look, clueless, disorganised, clueless at the back. Same old United. We need a massive clear out in the summer. First half was poor, second half abysmal, overall shite performance. Now, obviously, Manchester United lost this game 4-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Firstly, I just want to say, well done to Brighton. You were absolutely fantastic. We got outclassed by them, outclassed by Brighton. I mean, I'm not going to have a rant. I'm just so disappointed in this team, to be honest. These players have checked out, they're on holiday, they don't give a shit anymore, don't want to be there, don't want to run. It just says it all about this season. They just want to get out of this season, play the next season under a new manager. It's terrible, depressing watching this United side. Defence is just a shambles, not good enough. Look at Varane as well, he was poor against Brighton as well, just not good enough. This team's just going backwards. The goal difference is completely low now. Also, it's going to be our worst season. You know, our lowest points tally as well. 61 points we can only get now, I think. It's terrible, to be honest. We were 74 points last season. Had way more goal difference as well. This is what you get. It's just not good enough. It's disappointing, annoying, frustrating. We're going backwards, but we're not really improving. I think the style of play that how Rangnick wants to play doesn't suit these players. I think everyone was screaming and shouting to play that same team against Brighton. It wasn't the right balance. We were so flat, lacking in any confidence. Spark as well. No enthusiasm from the players. There was just nothing there from the players. The players were an absolute disgrace, and they've checked out. They're on holiday. It's not good enough. Shocking, abysmal, diabolical, shower of shit. Sell the fucking lot. It's not good enough. Anyway guys, let's get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? Diabolical, to be honest. I thought from start to finish. We didn't have a clue what we were doing, to be honest. I was just so amazed to be what I was watching, to be honest. I think everyone was screaming and shouting for that same team to play against Brighton because we had the right balance. The team were up for it, obviously, against Brentford. But obviously, in this game, just completely switched off. Didn't give a shit. Didn't care. Players can't be arsed. Players just moaning. Attitude stinks as well. And I'll get into that as well, with the goals as well. I also want to cover on what Rangnick said in his post-match interview. He said it's not only just having fun, it's also about defending as a team. They couldn't do that. Didn't listen to Rangnick, and that's what you get. When you can't defend as a team, that's what happens, and that's what comes your way. Players are not simply listening to a manager as well, and they go in their own world, playing as individuals, not playing as a team. It's what you get. And you get punished when you don't play as a team like that. To get beat by Brighton 4-0, you know that there's something wrong with you because you've literally just got outplayed by them. It's just not good enough. But first half, I thought we couldn't get out of first gear, honestly. We kicked off, couldn't get out of first gear. We were so flat, we lacked in confidence. There was no spark, there was just no enthusiasm, there was nothing there. We struggled, we couldn't get out of our own half, couldn't create chances. Brighton were not even that good. We just made it look easy for them, to be honest. And they were okay in the first half. They didn't even really try in that first half themselves. But the first half was just dreadful. Written all over it, dreadful. We couldn't get out of first gear. Thought we defended okay in the first 10 minutes. But Brighton had a far better start on the front foot. Created a fair few chances. And then it was the matter of fact, it was coming. The first goal was just terrible. It had been Common and Lindelof as his legs wide open. Just dreadful. No desire to close them down as well. Brighton came close in a couple of times in the first half, but they were not trying. They were bank average themselves. First half, unbelievably, just so bad from us, to be honest. Second half, thought we'd come out. I thought we were okay. Again, I thought we were abysmal in that second half, to be honest. We were even worse. We came out, their second goal just came within a space of 3 minutes. Just not concentrating, not focusing. And this is just standard stuff, really. We couldn't even deal with the throwing. And there was just no desire from Delo, and Delo throws his arms up. And this was just disgraceful attitude as well from Delo, because it was all his fault. And then his arms go up like this, and then he throws a moan as well, because Lindelof didn't do his job. So it's disgusting attitude. Players are not behind each other, not playing as a team. And then it just got worse, to be honest. Brighton didn't need to get out of second gear, to be honest. We were just no effort, didn't want to run. Players can't be arsed, just pure laziness. Just so static as well. Third goal just said it for itself. I think this was the worst goal to bloody concede as well. It all starts from the goalkeeper, gets it out to Cucurella. The United players are just static, just no movement whatsoever. Ball watching, laziness, 2 passes, and it's a goal. So, just shit, to be honest. And then they didn't need to try Brighton. They were just on the front foot. We couldn't deal with them. Defensively, all over the place, disorganised. It'd been coming, and we got a good old thumping. And then the fourth goal, it was just a matter of time when that fourth goal was going to come. And Brighton just literally opened us up and just shite defending. Should have been at least 5 or 6-0, but the players are just not good enough, simply not good enough at this level, not fit to wear the shirt. And a performance like that, that's what you get. Players have checked out, don't give a shit anymore, don't care. And I'm not surprised that Ten Hag's not happy with these performances, because he's going to be kicking those players out. So it's not good enough. And you've got a new manager that's coming in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to be chucking you out. So, and he's not impressed. So it's just a matter of time what Ten Hag's going to do in the summer. We know it's going to be a massive clear out, but these players don't give a shit anymore at this level. And I've seen non-league teams defend far better than this as well. So it's not good enough. And we've conceded over 50 odd goals. It's not good enough. As a team in Manchester United as well, it's not good enough. Another humiliating defeat to Brighton from start to finish. It was a shite performance. We just simply couldn't get going. We looked lethargic. We were second best at everything, and the result speaks for itself. Yeah, it does. To be honest, it's just not good enough on our behalf. Just so lethargic. I think we're just so lethargic, so flat, lacking in confidence, no spark, no intensity, no tempo, no energy, no enthusiasm, nothing there. And that's what had happened, and we were just not good enough, couldn't get going, couldn't get out of our own half, and couldn't create chances until the second half. Had a few good opportunities in the second half, came close a couple of times, but their goalkeeper was just brilliant, saved their asses, and yeah, just not good enough, and couldn't get going, couldn't get out of first gear. And it wasn't the fact that we had an off day or anything like that. Those players just didn't want to be there, couldn't be arsed, didn't give a shit. The players have checked out, they're on holiday, and they just want to go into the new season. So the attitude from the players is just completely wrong. The mentality is completely wrong, and it was coming. After that first goal, it was coming. I saw it coming, and the players just didn't give a shit. Didn't get behind each other one bit. It was just mistake after mistake after mistake. Couldn't put it right. You would think big words would have been needed in the half-time team talk. Capitulated in the second half, and it was damaged invitation as well. Just got no words for it. That's our 7th humiliating defeat this season. Liverpool twice, Man City, Leicester City, Watford, Arsenal, and now Brighton. It's just simply not good enough, is it? No, it's not good enough. It's the 7th humiliating defeat that we've had this season. You look at those other results: Liverpool 5-0 and Liverpool 4-0, City 4-1, Leicester 4-2, Watford 4-1, Arsenal 3-1, Brighton 4-0. At least 95% of those, 96% is we've conceded 4 goals from those games as well. It's not good enough. It just goes to show that we're nowhere near Liverpool and Man City at this rate, and we're not at their level. It's not good enough on our behalf, no. We've been dreadful all season long. 7th humiliating defeat this season. Getting outplayed now by Brighton, a team that are shite at home as well. They've lost 7 out of their 11 home games as well. Just goes to show, clearly shite at home. Lost only 4 away games this season, which is fantastic, brilliant, but they got beaten 7 times at home. Just goes to show, and they've lost at least over 80% of their games at home. It's not good enough on our behalf. I think as Man United fans, we're just lost for words. We just can't believe what we're watching at the minute. Who's my man of the match? To be honest, I struggled to find one, to be honest. I thought De Gea, with a couple of goals, I think De Gea's had one of his best seasons so far this season. Just couldn't get nowhere near the goals that were conceded. Delot, thought he was dreadful. Thought Lindelof was pathetic. Thought Varane was poor. Telles was just poor. McTominay was shite. Matic, I feel for the guy, to be honest. Elanga, he was shit. Mata, nowhere to be seen, unfortunately. Bruno, poor. Ronaldo, in no man's land. Can't give it anyone. I can't find anyone, so unfortunately I can't give it one player. Not one player had a decent game, to be honest. I just can't find one. How do we beat Crystal Palace? Now obviously this is our last and final game this season in the 21-22 season. I think this is a game where we've got to win it. It's a must win. We've got to get the 3 points here. No matter the fact that it's Crystal Palace's last home game, they'll want to finish it on a high. So it's going to be a big game for Palace as well. It's obviously going to be a big game for us as well in terms of, trying to qualify for Europa League. So this is like the one last dance, to be honest. We have to put in a shift in here. We have to be able to turn up and perform for a full 90 minutes here against Crystal Palace. I think it's going to be a tough game against Crystal Palace. It's not going to be easy. Another away game. Palace have got the home fans as well. So this is going to be no easy game. Yes, it's an opportunity to do the double here on Crystal Palace, which is an opportunity as well. But in games like this, it's the last game of the season. Any team wants to win it as well. It's all or nothing. We've got to give it everything that we've got. We've got to utilise the energy that we have as well. We've got 13-14 days to prepare for this game as well. And so must win. We've got to win it. And we need to end the season on a high as well. So no easy game against Crystal Palace. They're a decent side themselves. They're having one of the best seasons as well so far this season. They are inconsistent. They do have another 2 games before they play us as well. So, they've got to play 2 games away from home, and they've not been decent away from home this season as well. So hopefully they could go in a bit of a poor run of form before they play us. But yeah, we've got to utilise that energy that we've got. Our players are going to be chilling on a beach right now, so they're not going to be in training until next week, preparing for this game as well. So Crystal Palace, they're a decent team. They've got lots of players with pace. They've got a good manager in Patrick Vieira that knows what he's doing, and he's got hungry players that are determined to really perform. But yeah, Crystal Palace are a decent team. You don't want to write them off. You don't want to underestimate them. Good team, and we're up for it against Crystal Palace. So not an easy game. It's going to be tough. I think it could be tight. I think it could be a tight tactical game, and we'll have to be ready for this game. Last and final game of the season. Got to end it on a high. One last dance. So we've got to give it 110%. We've got all that energy on our side. So we've got to perform from minute 1 to minute 90. There's only 90 minutes left to go, and let's see what sort of Man United turn up against Crystal Palace. So all or nothing, got to give it everything that you've got. Crystal Palace, obviously though, they exploit with different systems. Obviously they're having one of the best seasons they've had as well, but they're a very hard working team. They're inconsistent at times. I think they're the draw specialists as well. They draw a lot of games as well, but they've got a young side, they've got hungry players. They do lack desire to close down. They're ruthless and aggressive. They're a physical side. They play out from the back and very expansive. They get between the lines. Defence make mistakes at times. Can't defend on set pieces as well. Capitalise on mistakes. They're organised. They put us under pressure, and they'll want to frustrate us as well. Also, in a game like this against Crystal Palace, it's going to be crucial to get that first goal. You don't want to concede an early goal as well. Don't let them come back inside. Without possession, we've got to show the aggression. We've got to get into the pockets. We've got to watch the balling from behind. We must work hard in a game like this. Win our duels 50-50s in second balls. Don't let them have the time and space on the ball. Defensively, make sure nothing opens up. Palace, we've got to be quick on the ball. Passing needs to be quick. It's got to be 1-2 quick passing. Got to use the pace on the flanks. Passing needs to be quick. We're going to put them under pressure. Stop the crosses into the box. Got to be aware of the ball over the top. Capitalise on their mistakes. We're going to put them under pressure. Pick out the right pass. Close the channels. Keep a matter quiet. Link up play needs to be effective. Put the centre backs under pressure. The defence needs to be disciplined. Got to be aware of a reaction. Don't get a shot off. Don't let them get a shot off. Don't let them stay in the game. Win the midfield battle. Don't let them win the loose balls. Don't let them back in the game. We must defend properly. Got to be organised. Get the crosses into the box. Commit men into the box. The passing needs to be quick. We're going to be quick on the break. Create the spaces. Attack the spaces. Drag them out of position. Stretch them out. If they play with the deep line, attack them. Don't give them any confidence or momentum. Capitalise on their mistakes. Don't afford to make mistakes. Capitalise on our set pieces. Set pieces could come into play. Defend properly on set pieces. Don't allow them any space, or don't afford to make mistakes. Creativity is a must. We're going to be quick and bright. Start. Get an early goal would be crucial. Got to be aggressive. Got to be ruthless. Make the runs in from behind. Play with high intensity, high tempo. Play with energy and purpose. Get in between the lines. Make the right runs in the right channels. Pick out the right pass. Get the players in the forward areas. Got to create the chances, take our chances, be clinical, be explosive on the break. The quality in the final third needs to be there. Got to control and dominate the game. Don't underestimate them. The fullbacks have got to be effective. The decision making needs to be key. Game management will be key. Don't leave spaces or gaps open. We need to be tight and compact, defensively frustrate. Palace we need to have the desire to close them down. Got to be strong, committed, play with a higher line. Don't be afraid to be lazy. Don't make mistakes in silly areas. Play with fight, heart, passion, pride, commitment, determination and desire. Show character and team spirit. We've got to be switched on at all times. Need to be focused and stay concentrated. Commitment into the box. Don't be afraid to make a tackle. Be brave, take risks. Don't give the ball away cheaply, and the midfield needs to close them down. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Brighton, it was 42%, and for Man United it was 58%. Goals for Brighton, it was 4, and for Man United it was 0. Total shots for Brighton, it was 17, and for Man United it was 15. Shots on target for Brighton, it was 6, and for Man United it was 5. Shot accuracy for Brighton, it was 35.3%, and for Man United it was 33.3%. Shots inside the box for Brighton, it was 13, and for Man United it was 8. Shots outside the box for Brighton, it was 4, and for Man United it was 7. Total passes for Brighton, it was 373 passes, and for Man United it was 526 passes. The pass accuracy for Brighton it was 78.6%. For Man United it was 84.6%. Getting into the substitutions now, Elanga went off a thread, talk about hands in his performance, overwhelmed by Brighton's intensity and struggled to do anything right. Substituted at half time. Matic went off for Cavani, talk about Nemanja performance, was often a one-man midfield due to McTominay's struggles, but did his utmost to calm proceedings, was harshly hooked at half time. Yeah, he got the wrong substitutions as well. Mata went off for Maguire, talking about Wan's performance at an away ground against an intense team. He showed why he was a specialist in certain situations. The game passed him by. Next up we've got Crystal Palace. Palace are 10th in the table. The mid-table, they're having one of the best seasons as well. Like I said before, they've got a top quality manager in Patrick Vieira. They know what they're doing. They've got young, bright, hungry players that want to play for Crystal Palace. They've got good quality players all around the pitch. They've got players out wide that have got pace. And the first thing I've got to get in there is we've got to defend properly as a team. Not only just that, stay tight and compact. We've got to defend properly. You've got to defend properly, but you've got to be able to do the basics right. We couldn't do the basics right against Brighton. Coming into this last and final game against Palace, you've got lots of time to prepare for this game. You've got to utilise all the energy that you've got for this one game as well. It's all or nothing now. It's the last game of the season. You've got to give it absolutely everything that you've got. Palace, they've got to play Everton before coming into this as well. They've only got 2 days to prepare for us as well. Palace, I don't think they'll be happy with the fact that we've got so much time to prepare for this game. I mean, we've got to be up for it, but my first warning is we've got to defend properly, tight and compact. This is a team that are very hungry, they're determined, like to score goals, as well. They're at home as well. They're going to get their fans on their side as well. In a game like this against Crystal Palace, it won't be easy. We've got to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality, the right attitude as well. We want to win this game. It's a must win. We've got to win it, and we want to end the season on a high as well. We need to try and get the 3 points here. Got to get the 3 points no matter what happens. So we've got to win this game. We cannot have an off day here. We've got to win this game in terms of what's going on behind us as well in the table. We've got to win this game. We've got to put it right. Everyone, it's like the Europa League final last year. Eggs in one basket. You've got to go for this game. We've got to go for this game 110%. We've got to show that energy. A game like this against Crystal Palace, and you've probably seen it in multiple teams that go to Palace. The one thing that you've got to do there is you have to start quick, get up the front foot, play with high intensity, high tempo, be aggressive, be ruthless. And when you create the chances, you've got to take the chances. But the first thing is, in the rule book is, in football, score that crucial first goal. And if you score that crucial first goal against Palace, you can be out of sight. And if you build momentum and confidence, you'll be able to put them away with the second one, and then they'll not be able to get back into that game. Yes, they'll have their fans on their side, but whenever they build confidence and momentum, because all they're going to do is if they're behind in the game, they keep creating the chances, they're just going to have a sniff at goal. Their fans are going to get right behind them. And when their fans get right behind them, they're going to feel that atmosphere. They'll be able to sense a goal coming. The goal will come for them. So we have to be able to be switched on. We're going to be switched on up here. We've got to stay concentrated and focused. All Palace are going to do is they're going to play with high intensity, high tempo and high energy. As soon as you give them a sniff of confidence and momentum, you know that a goal's coming their way. You've got to stay switched on at all times. Don't switch off. Don't let it just go down to moment, individual brilliance. This is a team performance here. This is a team game against Palace. Got to win this game. It's the last game of the season. All or nothing. We're going to give it everything that we've got. We've got to utilise the energy that we have as well. We've got to make this game count. We've got to have to be fun for a full 90 minutes. We need to turn up to this game as well. It'll be interesting of what Man United team turns up as well. So we've got to be able to put in a shift in here. Last game of the season, give it absolutely everything that you've got, and let's go and beat Crystal Palace at the last game of the season. End the season on the high, end the season with a win, 3 points. Man United fans will be happy with that if you can do that. The one thing that Man United want to see as fans is get the win. If you can get the win against Palace, we'll be overwhelmed. Crystal Palace are scoring 1.3 goals per game. Crystal Palace are conceding 1.2 goals per game. Palace have won 10, drawn 14 and lost 11. They've lost to Chelsea 3-0, Liverpool 3-0, Villa 2-1, Leeds 1-0, Man United 1-0, Tottenham 3-0, West Ham 3-2, Liverpool 3-1, Chelsea 1-0, Leicester 2-1 and Newcastle 1-0. And also, it's a chance to do the double on Crystal Palace. Palace have lost 4 games at home this season. Their last loss was against Newcastle, which ended 1-0, and that was played in April. Their last win was against Watford, and it ended 1-0, and that was played just on the weekend gone. Palace have the 8th best defence in the league. The players to look out for is Guaita, Ward, Mitchell, Tompkins, Guehi, Anderson, Klein, Kelly, Milivojevic, Elise, Kouate, Eze, Hughes, Schlupp, MacArthur, Gallagher, Ferguson, Ravidoeld, Ayew, Zaha, Amata, Benteke and Edward. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.